My name is Agatha Nderitu. I run a company called AfriTrade and Enterprise Advisory Services, which is an advisory firm that supports businesses. It also supports government, and it supports BMOs with advisory services in specific areas. Like for businesses, we work with them especially to analyze markets and to establish if they want to export or import, what are some of the rules, the regulations that they have to adhere to or to meet in order to establish.
My name is Dr. Aaron Chell. I'm a senior lecturer at Makerere University Business School. I have been lecturing international business for over 11 years. In this project, I am the trade analyst running market trade flows using the International Trade Center trade map analysis tools.
My name is William Babigumira. I am a consultant, a certified trade advisor, working mostly with the private sector on issues to do with competitiveness and private sector development. My role on this project is to lead the team with regard to market research and analysis to identify trade and investment opportunities that are supported by the data, and also to provide the basis for private sector and small and medium-sized enterprises in the EAC to transact more and to do more business across borders.
Under our industry practice, the support to businesses, we have one of our products is the EAC Marketplace. And the EAC Marketplace is one of the projects that received funding from the EAC IDEA project, which is funded by GIZ. And what we are doing under the EAC Marketplace is to go beyond the rhetoric of a common market that has been created. Yes, EAC countries have come together and they have created this framework of engagement, and they have created this bigger market, expanded market. But your typical small and medium enterprise will ask you, where is this market? Yes, you say there is a common market. It's a market for which products? And how big is it? And how can I access it? So we decided that one of the ways that we can bridge this gap is to look for trade information that is specific to a sector and that has been backed by data. So we've selected two sectors. One is the finished leather products, and the other one is the processed fruit juice market. And we have analyzed those markets, and we have looked at what are the opportunities in this market, how big are the sectors, what are the policies like, what are the regulatory frameworks like, who are the key institutions that govern these sectors, with a view to understanding how can an SME better access the opportunities in these markets. And opportunities are there.
Africa has been projected to be the next major trade destination. And one of the findings that are coming out is that intra-Africa trade is not enough, especially in East Africa. For instance, we found out that whereas East Africa as a region imports leather products worth over 50 million US dollars, China supplies over 80% of these products. Now, if we are to encourage East African business persons to do business with each other, intra-Africa trade, we have to provide them with the information about the opportunities that exist, as well as the regulatory and legal frameworks for accessing this market.
Our research was conducted by identifying and interviewing some industry players, both in the leather and processed fruit sectors across East Africa, mainly to identify constraints related to the smooth functioning of the market systems in those sectors. So some of the key findings after the research included identifying bottlenecks that are constraining increases in trade amongst the East African partner states, and also constraints that are limiting the attraction of investment into those sectors. One crucial finding is that the value chains of both the leather sector and the processed fruit sector remain fragmented. There is a low level of coordination between and amongst industry actors along the value chain. And this seems to suggest that due to competition factors and also maybe costs of coordination, that the sectors remain largely in their infancy. But this also means that there's quite a big amount of potential for the sectors to grow in the foreseeable future.
My name is Danya Mwandwa. I am the founder of the label Saba. It is a ready-to-wear fashion brand that will launch later this year. But I'm beginning to launch with a luxury leather bag line and luggage line early next month. I was invited to come and attend today, and I've learned so much and feel more confident in going into leather. Now I feel like this is the right decision for me, and I'm excited to see what prospects I have in terms of exporting globally.
My name is Jacob Orioki. I am the head of finance at Leather Industries of Kenya Limited. We make finished leather, which is readily available locally for making various products including upholstery, seats, belts, shoes, and many other products. The information we have received here today, first of all, I must thank the presenters for generating this kind of information packaged together in a single platform.
My name is Peter Njonjo. I'm here on behalf of my MD and chairman, Mr. Bharat Patel, for VegPro Kenya Limited. We are very much interested to know how we can, work hand in hand and where possible to build relationships and, just try to see how we can trade within cross-border.
There are various government agencies which have this information, but to get it will require time, effort, and it is very costly. It also requires traveling, interviewing various people to access this information. So, yes, it could be available, but no, it's not in the detail that we have received it.
We've just had this morning very good discussions about the finished leather market, and we have seen we are importing just finished leather products worth more than $51 million. If you put that in the context of the EAC, you see there are opportunities, and EAC is a net importer. Yet we have the raw materials here that we are exporting in raw form because we are not processing. We don't know that we can trade with each other. So that's part of what we are trying to do with the EAC marketplace.